death on your plate. 4. Dangerous foods you should never eat with eggs for better senior health. If you're over 60 and eating eggs with certain foods, you might be unknowingly putting your heart, bones, and digestive system at serious risk. What seems like a harmless breakfast combination could be silently stealing vital nutrients your body desperately needs, triggering inflammation, and even increasing your chances of chronic health complications that could have been easily prevented. Today, you'll discover the 4 common foods that become toxic when paired with eggs, especially for anyone over 60. I'll explain exactly why these combinations block calcium absorption, spike your blood sugar dangerously high, and interfere with medications you might be taking. You'll learn which popular breakfast pairing doubles your risk of digestive distress, and which seemingly healthy choice actually prevents your body from using the protein in eggs. Most importantly, I'll share the doctor-recommended alternatives that let you enjoy eggs safely while protecting your health. After 60, your body processes food differently than it did in your younger years. Your stomach produces less acid, meaning nutrients become harder to extract and absorb. Your metabolism slows down, making you more sensitive to blood sugar spikes. Medications you take daily can interact with certain food combinations in unexpected ways. Eggs are nutritional powerhouses packed with protein, vitamins and minerals your aging body needs. But when combined with the wrong foods, they transform from health allies into potential hazards that compromise your well-being. Dangerous food. Number 1. Processed bacon and sausages. The classic American breakfast of eggs and bacon might be a tradition, but for seniors, this combination creates a perfect storm of health dangers that your body can no longer handle effectively. Processed meats like bacon, sausage and deli ham are loaded with sodium nitrites and sodium nitrates, preservatives that give them their distinctive pink color and extended shelf life. When these chemicals mix with the high protein content in eggs during digestion, they form compounds called nitrosamines. Research has linked nitrosamines to increased cancer risk, particularly in the digestive system. But the danger doesn't stop there. A single serving of bacon contains upwards of 400 milligrams of sodium, and when you add eggs cooked in butter or oil, you're looking at a meal that can deliver over 1,000 milligrams of sodium in one sitting. For seniors managing high blood pressure, which affects nearly 2/3 of people over 60, this sodium overload causes immediate blood pressure spikes that strain your cardiovascular system. The saturated fat combination is equally concerning. Processed meats are packed with saturated fats, and eggs contain cholesterol. While dietary cholesterol isn't as dangerous as once thought, combining it with the saturated fats from bacon creates a lipid profile that promotes arterial plaque buildup. Your liver, which already works less efficiently with age, struggles to process this heavy fat load, leading to elevated LDL cholesterol levels that increase heart disease and stroke risk. There's also the issue of advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. When you cook eggs and bacon together at high heat, frying or grilling, these toxic compounds multiply exponentially. AGEs accelerate aging at the cellular level, promote inflammation throughout your body, and have been directly connected to complications in diabetes, kidney disease, and cognitive decline. For seniors taking blood pressure medications, blood thinners, or cholesterol-lowering statins, this combination becomes even more problematic. The excessive sodium interferes with blood pressure medication effectiveness, while the saturated fats can diminish the benefits of statins, forcing your doctor to prescribe higher doses with more potential side effects. Your kidneys, which naturally decline in function after 60, must work overtime to filter the excess sodium and process the metabolic waste from this protein-heavy, high-sodium meal. Over time, this daily stress accelerates kidney deterioration, a condition that often goes unnoticed until significant damage has occurred. The inflammation triggered by this combination doesn't just affect your heart and kidneys. It impacts your joints, making arthritis pain worse, affects your brain function, contributing to memory issues and weakens your immune system, making you more susceptible to infections and slower to heal from injuries. If you love the taste of bacon with your eggs, consider turkey bacon as a slightly better option, though it still contains sodium. Better yet, replace processed meats entirely with lean proteins like grilled chicken breast, smoked salmon, or plant-based alternatives that provide flavor without the dangerous preservatives and excessive sodium that your aging body simply cannot handle safely anymore. That innocent slice of white toast alongside your scrambled eggs is sabotaging your blood sugar control and robbing your body of essential nutrients it desperately needs after 60. White bread, bagels, English muffins, and other refined carbohydrates have been stripped of their fiber, vitamins, and minerals during processing. What remains is essentially pure starch that your body converts to sugar within minutes of eating. When you pair this rapid sugar release with eggs, you create a metabolic confusion that your aging pancreas struggles to manage. Here's what happens inside your body. The refined carbohydrates cause an immediate blood sugar spike, forcing your pancreas to release a surge of insulin. Meanwhile, the protein and fat from eggs are digested much more slowly. This mismatch creates an insulin roller coaster. Your blood sugar shoots up rapidly, then crashes hard an hour or two later, leaving you feeling exhausted, foggy-headed, and ravenously hungry again. For the estimated 38% of adults over 65 who have prediabetes or diabetes, this combination is particularly devastating. Your cells have already become resistant to insulin's effects, meaning your pancreas must produce even more insulin to handle the sugar load. Over time, this constant overwork exhausts your pancreatic cells, accelerating the progression from prediabetes to full-blown type 2 diabetes. The glycemic impact extends beyond blood sugar. Those dramatic insulin spikes trigger your body to store fat, particularly around your midsection, the most dangerous type of fat for heart health. Visceral belly fat isn't just cosmetic, it actively produces inflammatory hormones that increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, and certain cancers. There's another critical problem with this pairing. Refined carbohydrates contain phytic acid and other antinutrients that bind to minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium, preventing your body from absorbing them. Eggs are rich in these exact minerals, but when eaten with white bread, much of that nutritional value literally passes through your system unused. For seniors already at risk for osteoporosis and anemia, this nutrient loss is something you cannot afford. The fiber absence in refined carbohydrates also disrupts your digestive system. After 60, your digestive tract moves more slowly, and constipation becomes a common complaint. White bread provides virtually no fiber to keep things moving, and when combined with the binding nature of egg protein, you're setting yourself up for uncomfortable digestive issues that can last for days. Your brain function suffers too. Those blood sugar crashes don't just make you tired, they impair cognitive function, memory formation, and decision-making abilities. Research shows that repeated blood sugar spikes and crashes contribute to long-term cognitive decline and may increase dementia risk. The inflammation generated by refined carbohydrates affects your entire body. It worsens arthritis pain, slows wound healing, and weakens your immune response. For seniors recovering from surgery or injury, this inflammatory burden can significantly extend recovery time. If you're taking diabetes medications like metformin or insulin, this combination forces you to take higher doses to control your blood sugar, increasing your risk of medication side effects like digestive upset, vitamin B12 deficiency, and dangerous hypoglycemic episodes. Replace white bread with genuine whole grain bread that lists whole wheat or whole grain as the first ingredient. Or better yet, pair your eggs with vegetables like spinach, tomatoes, or mushrooms. These provide fiber, nutrients, and stable energy without the metabolic chaos that refined carbohydrates create in your aging body. Dangerous food. Number 3. Cheese and high-fat dairy products. That cheese, omelette, or eggs with a side of creamy yogurt seems like a protein-packed breakfast. But this dairy-egg combination creates a calcium absorption crisis and digestive nightmare that your body over 60 cannot efficiently handle. When you combine eggs with cheese or other high-fat dairy products, you're creating an excessive protein and fat load that overwhelms your digestive system. Your stomach must produce significant amounts of acid and enzymes to break down both the egg protein and dairy protein simultaneously. After 60, your stomach acid production naturally decreases by up to 40%, meaning this heavy combination sits in your stomach far longer than it should, causing bloating, acid reflux, and that uncomfortable feeling of fullness that lasts for hours. The real danger lies in how this pairing affects calcium metabolism. While cheese is rich in calcium, eggs contain compounds that actually inhibit calcium absorption when consumed together. The sulfur-containing amino acids in eggs bind with calcium during digestion, forming complexes that your intestines cannot absorb. This means the calcium you think you're getting from that cheese is largely wasted, passing through your system without strengthening your bones. For senior women who lose bone density rapidly after menopause, and senior men experiencing age-related bone loss, this calcium blocking is serious. Osteoporosis affects over 10 million Americans over 50, and hip fractures in seniors lead to a 20% mortality rate within 1 year. Every bit of calcium absorption matters, and this combination sabotages your efforts to maintain bone strength. The saturated fat content in this pairing is staggering. A 2-egg cheese omelette can contain over 30 grams of saturated fat, more than the entire daily recommended limit. Your liver must work overtime to process these fats, producing excess cholesterol that circulates in your bloodstream. For seniors already managing high cholesterol or taking statins, this combination undermines your treatment and increases cardiovascular risk. The heavy fat content also slows gastric emptying to a crawl. Food remains in your stomach for extended periods, increasing acid production and pushing stomach contents back up into your esophagus. This causes the heartburn and acid reflux that plagues so many seniors, often leading to dependence on proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole, which themselves interfere with calcium and vitamin B12 absorption, creating a vicious cycle of nutrient deficiency. There's also a hidden lactose issue. Even if you've never had lactose intolerance, your body produces less lactase enzyme with age. When you combine dairy with eggs, the heavy protein-fat mixture slows digestion so much that any undigested lactose ferments in your intestines, causing gas, cramping and diarrhea that can disrupt your entire day. The phosphorus in cheese presents another problem. While phosphorus is essential, excessive amounts relative to calcium disrupt the delicate mineral balance your bones require. This pairing delivers too much phosphorus alongside calcium that can't be absorbed, further accelerating bone mineral loss. For seniors on blood pressure medications, the sodium content in cheese adds another layer of concern. Just 1 ounce of cheddar contains 180 milligrams of sodium, and most cheese omelettes contain 3 or more ounces, delivering over 500 milligrams before you've even salted your food. Instead of cheese, try adding nutritional yeast for a cheesy flavour without the digestive burden, or pair your eggs with calcium-rich leafy greens like kale or bok choy, which provide absorbable calcium without interfering with the egg's nutritional benefits. If you must have dairy, consume it several hours away from your eggs to allow proper absorption of nutrients from both foods. Dangerous food. 4. Tea and coffee. Your morning ritual of eggs with coffee or tea is silently stealing iron from your body and interfering with medications that keep you healthy, making this the most underestimated dangerous pairing for seniors. Tea and coffee contain compounds called tannins and polyphenols, which are beneficial in many contexts but become problematic when consumed with eggs. These compounds bind to the iron in eggs, forming insoluble complexes that your intestines cannot absorb. Studies show that drinking tea or coffee with an iron-rich meal can reduce iron absorption by up to 60%. For seniors, iron deficiency is already a hidden epidemic. As you age, your stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, which is essential for iron absorption. Many seniors take antacids or proton pump inhibitors that further reduce acid production. Women over 60 who experienced heavy menstrual periods throughout their lives often have depleted iron stores. Men aren't immune either. Age-related internal bleeding from medications like aspirin or arthritis drugs slowly drains iron reserves. The consequences of iron deficiency extend far beyond simple fatigue. Your brain requires iron to produce neurotransmitters that regulate mood, memory and cognitive function. Low iron levels contribute to depression, poor concentration and that mental fog that so many seniors dismiss as normal aging. Your immune system weakens without adequate iron, making you more susceptible to infections that your body struggles to fight off. Iron deficiency also affects your heart. When your blood lacks sufficient iron-rich hemoglobin to carry oxygen, your heart must pump harder and faster to deliver oxygen throughout your body. This constant extra workload strains your cardiovascular system, potentially worsening heart failure and increasing arrhythmia risk in seniors with existing heart conditions. The caffeine in coffee and tea presents additional dangers when paired with eggs. Caffeine stimulates your digestive system to move faster, rushing food through your intestines before nutrients can be properly absorbed. The high-quality protein in eggs requires time for your digestive enzymes to break it down into usable amino acids. When caffeine accelerates this process, you absorb significantly less protein, essentially wasting the nutritional value of your meal. For seniors taking thyroid medications like levothyroxine, this combination becomes critically important. Both calcium from eggs and caffeine from coffee interfere with thyroid hormone absorption. Taking your thyroid medication with breakfast that includes eggs and coffee can reduce medication effectiveness by up to 50%, leaving your hypothyroidism undertreated and causing fatigue, weight gain, depression, and cognitive impairment. Coffee's acidity exacerbates the acid reflux that eggs can trigger. The combination creates a perfect environment for stomach acid to surge into your esophagus, causing the burning pain and chronic cough that disrupts sleep and damages esophageal tissue over time. Chronic reflux significantly increases your risk of developing Barrett's esophagus, a precancerous condition. The diuretic effect of caffeine also causes problems. It increases urination, flushing out water-soluble vitamins like vitamin B12, which eggs provide in abundance. Your body expels these precious nutrients before they can be stored and used, negating one of eggs' primary nutritional benefits for seniors who already struggle with B12 deficiency. Tea contains additional compounds that interfere with protein digestion. The tannins bind to egg proteins in your stomach, creating larger, harder-to-digest molecules that cause bloating and discomfort, particularly problematic for seniors with irritable bowel syndrome or diverticulitis. Wait at least 1 hour after eating eggs before drinking coffee or tea. This gives your body sufficient time to absorb the iron, protein, and vitamins from your eggs. If you need a morning beverage, choose water with lemon, herbal tea without tannins, or fresh orange juice, which actually enhances iron absorption thanks to its vitamin C content. Pair your eggs with nutrient-boosting foods that enhance absorption instead of blocking it. Sautéed spinach or kale provides iron and calcium that work synergistically with egg protein. Bell peppers and tomatoes add vitamin C, which increases iron absorption by up to 300%. Sweet potatoes offer complex carbohydrates for steady energy without blood sugar spikes. Avocado provides healthy fats that help absorb fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K from eggs, supporting heart health, bone strength, and cognitive function naturally. Your breakfast choices directly impact how you feel, how well your body functions, and how healthy you remain in your senior years. By avoiding processed meats, refined carbs, cheese and coffee with your eggs, you protect your heart, bones and brain from unnecessary damage. These simple swaps aren't about deprivation, they're about giving your body what it truly needs to thrive. Start tomorrow morning with one change. Your future self will thank you for the energy, clarity and vitality you'll gain from eating smarter, not harder.